Hello, this is the daily Forex report for November 10th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. This particular pair, there we go. Let me switch it over. There we go. This pair surged higher, did break previous resistance, pulled back a little bit prior to the close, still moving higher. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 83.16, possibly as low as 81.08. Look for some resistance around 82.80 and look for some support around 81.95. Now the Euro USD pair, this particular pair moved much lower, pulled back, closed higher for the session, overall moving sideways. Look for it to potentially move higher and hit resistance at 138.25, possibly moving lower and hitting support at 136.50. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair created an inside bar during this last session, did close higher. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 162.83, possibly as low as 158.86. Look for some resistance around 161.75 and look for some support around 159.50. Let's take a look at the US Swiss. This pair continues to pull back and move higher. It did have a strong tail to the upside, pulled back from that, closed up still. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 0.9822, possibly as low as 0.9609. Look for some resistance around 0.9775 and look for some support around 0.9675. Now we don't have any significant news announcements for tomorrow. So let's take a look at what I'm looking at during this next session. We have the pound US dollar pair. This pair has created an inside bar on the day time frame. I am looking for it to break either to the upside or the downside, really don't care which. Interestingly enough, let's zoom out a little bit. To the upside we have this area of resistance and this area of resistance that we've had before. Our next area of resistance would be right about here, but the next one is even further up. So you can see you have several choices there. Good time to go to break even. To the downside, we have an area of support here, resistance, and resistance. So either direction, we have some good targets to really look at. This one, go up about 32 pips until you hit the first one, and then possibly up to 87. On this play to the upside, what I would do, and this is a great strategy, is to go ahead and buy in with 2 lots. When it hits the first target, go ahead and exit one of the lots for a profit, for a 32 pip profit. Then move your stop loss to break even and look for it to run up to the next target, which is around 80 pips. To the downside, we don't have as much of an area, like a double area of support to look for, so just look for it to move to the downside, moving strong, which would be a 70 pip move. Now obviously the odds are that it's going to hit the higher one because we only have 63 pips to go, and the lower one we have 170, 167, somewhere in there. So we'd have to have a pretty large range for it to hit our bottom target. Most likely it will definitely hit the first target to the upside and to possibly even the second one. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. It's always interesting. If you want to, you can drop down to the day time frame, or I'm sorry, the hour time frame, and get a little bit better view of all of this from a support and resistance standpoint. You can see we have an area here of resistance. You can see that we had some consolidation in this area. It did break up to the upside and hit some resistance, and then we have another area of consolidation. So these are good places not only to enter trades, but to potentially exit and then exit again where this consolidation is. So if you ever wonder about when you should exit and you're on the day time frame, dropping down to the lower time frame can give you some very good clues as to where potentially you could place stops and that kind of thing. Like you notice the market moved sideways and it jumped up, pulled back, and then moved higher. Well, A good place to put a stop loss, at least to the upside, would be underneath this low right here. And you may not see that, if you did a stop loss at the prior session's low, you're coming down a decent amount from your entry. You're talking about around 225 pips. If you come up to this area, you're talking about 170, so it gets a little bit closer to where it should be, and most likely what we're going to see is consolidation through here, and then it breaks up to the upside. So this would be the best place to put your stop loss. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.